Good morning. Welcome to Divinity 648. My name is Christina. It is Thursday, May the 12th. It is 9:45 in the morning, which breaks down to 9/9 energy. So, we're going to do things a little bit differently, okay? All signs are involved in this reading. All placements are involved in this reading. And all planetary alignments are involved in this reading. I am going to break it out by sign, and then I am going to really just allow the divine to step through and take over. Okay, so pull out your paper, grab your pen, understand that this is not my personal life. This is all signs, all placements, all planetary alignments, all karmic lessons and energy that is in play. First and foremost, before I allow the channeling to start, I am a divine being, meaning I am divinely created, divinely guided, and divinely protected. Any weapons formed against me that you appear or may appear to prosper is not because it is actually prospering. It is so that way the energy can be presented to me so I am aware of what is being done, who is doing it, why they're doing it, before it is returned back to them tenfold with interest. It is not an attack done by me, it is a defense mechanism. So what you create, you will enjoy. Okay, starting off with Gemini. Gemini is dealing with this energy of being challenged in many different ways so that way they can figure out or use proper discernment as far as what makes them feel secure. So if you are focusing on work, you are testing waters, trying waters, researching things, making changes, or if you're on the lower vibration of things, you are being presented with an internal conflict, right? An internal conflict means your intuition is ringing that alarm, trying to get your attention on something that you need to address, you need to make changes on. So for Geminis, what makes you feel secure, right? What is making you feel secure, or where do you feel a lack of security? This is dominant in your energy. This is dominant in the things that you need to address. You feel the most fulfillment when you are noticing that your actions inspire others, right? When you take charge of a situation, or you take the initiative, or you trust your intuition, and you it's almost like you take you just receive pure fulfillment in any and everything you do for the benefit of others, unselfish benefits, right? Meaning you're not doing this because you just want to make them love you, or you're not doing this because you just want to look good in people's eyes. You're not doing this because somehow, some way down the road, you know you're going to need a favor, and this is going to be that moment that puts you in good graces, right? You're doing it because you genuinely feel this strong urge to you genuinely feel this strong urge to just do for others, just provide for others. Capricorn, you are in this energy of, man, you are getting downloads of information, right? You are being triggered in various ways, or dealing with various circumstances that is providing you with insights to the things that you did not understand. Right? You also have to make sure that you're getting grounded. You want to make sure that your energy is grounded when you're dealing with all of these things, because I personally can understand what it feels like when you're getting a shit ton of insight, right? It's like every part of your life, you get clarity all at once, and you're opening up to this, you know, man, you are like a multifaceted being, okay? Your energy is that energy of like that opal energy, right? Where all that energy comes in at once. All that energy is radiating from you at once. And the reason why this is happening to you is because you are divinely interacting with the necessary energies to put you in alignment with where you're supposed to be, regardless of what is going on around you, Capricorn. And that's amazing energy. You must have Sagittarius somehow, some way in your placement, or you must be dealing with someone who has Sagittarian energy somehow, some way in their placement, or you are a cross watcher. Again, I'm being corrected. You are a cross watcher, meaning you're not directly dealing with this individual. You're just watching this individual, right? This could be, I get it. So you get it too. And then let's move on to Sagittarian energy, right? So Sagittarians, you are being cherished. Wow. And this is not all Sagittarian energy, right? You'll know what I'm talking about. You are being cherished, especially if you're dealing with or have the energy of justice, or the energy of Libra, or if you have been working through your karmic cycles and staying balanced between spiritual and physical realms, and doing the necessary things to push yourself forward, even though you just want to like take a seat and relax. And, you know, it's almost like overdrive. You've been on overdrive because the energy around you is pushing you to be successful in all ways, and you have actually embraced it, and you are cherishing the energy around you. You are cherishing your trials. You are cherishing the wrongs and the injustices that have been done to you, and you're utilizing them in a way that allows you to push yourself through, right? You're realizing, hold on a second, you're realizing that a lot of things that were done to you put you in a specific place, right? Oh, I love that energy about this sign. In other words, somebody does something to you, you somehow, some way pick your own self up, right? It's that song again. You get it from that mud, right? So picture yourself walking through some muddy waters, and you are, every time you take a step, you're really fighting to take that step, because the mud, almost like a suction cup, is trying to hold your feet in place. So every time you pick your foot up, you're literally fighting with everything you have to pull that foot up out of those muddy waters and take that next step. Correction, you're on your final step, right? This is the final step. You're literally stepping out of the muddy waters is what I just got, especially if you've been dealing with Libras, or if you are following your intuition and staying in alignment with all of those amazing things. You also want to check your holy shit, Jupiter. Okay, I'm on point. Moving on, Libra energy. You are being influenced by Jupiter somehow, some way, even if it's not physically in alignment with your zodiac placement. You may have it, or have another energy that is being impacted by Jupiter heavily, especially when it comes to speaking your truth, right? Like what you want to be known, like only showing certain things, and you're remembering a lot more than what you, yeah, okay, I get it. So like, let's say you went from being like a walking file cabinet, meaning you know everything, all the things, everything at the time that it is needed, no matter what happens, right? And then obviously you get psychically attacked, or you get bombarded with a shit ton of external influences. And it's not always bad. Sometimes you're going through just normal shifts, and you're shifting gears, and the things that are not relevant are pushed down into the subconscious mind, so that way it's not easily accessible for you for a period of time. This is all Jupiter is doing. Jupiter is literally giving you back all that knowledge, all the things that got pushed down to the subconscious realm back up to the conscious realm for you. And this is that moment where you are doing what needs to be done and letting people know what you want to be known. In other words, if I don't want you to know that, I'm not letting you know that, right? Be careful with that, though, because some people need to know certain things, but I like this. You're intentionally keeping it unknown because you are forcing them through a karmic cycle that they need to pursue. And that karmic cycle clearly is speak your truth. Say what you got to say. Ask the appropriate questions to the right person and stop going around to other individuals and just hearing what they have to say. Pisces, you life or death issue. Something's getting, there's a lot of envy around you. And you're in this energy of putting shit to bed. You're in this energy of ending things. You're looking at things like, this is my life. And if I died tomorrow, this is how I chose to live. Like, you're reflecting on it. You're looking at everything, or you need to be looking at everything as this is life or death. Like, if I want to be happy in life, I need to go down this path. Otherwise, my death is coming sooner than later, right? You're doing the things that you need to do in order to keep karma on your side, which is amazing. You're finding a lot of balance too when it comes to the highest and the lowest aspects of your life, right? You're really working towards that energy of, wow, you've got something going on with Libra. You might have Libra as your Jupiter placement, or you might have, again, cross watches. You'll see how it applies, but it just feels like, Pisces, you're reconsidering stuff. A lot of reconsiderations going on with you. And dominantly, it's like when you're weighing things out, you're weighing it out like life or death, you know? And I get that completely, because when I'm working with Maya, and it doesn't matter, when I'm working with my own stuff, left hand, right hand comes out, and I start weighing things in my hands, right? I weigh the energy around me. And when I'm dealing with circumstances and issues, I'm the same fucking way. It's either yes or it's no, but we're using it with the scales, right? And you're weighing everything like life or death. Like, do I need to end this? Do I need to kill this off? Do I need to keep this in my life? Do I continue this? Do I nurture this? Do I grow with this? Cancer. Ooh, you are realizing and demonstrating the things that you have come to realize and acting like a fucking leader. It's like all of a sudden you found your balls and you're wearing them proudly. You're charging forward. You're also being very I can't even say that word. Say it again. I don't know. You're being very analytical, and you're using philosophy somehow, some way. You're incorporating all of that energy in the way that you're making your decisions. But you are acting as a leader. You are taking charge. You are doing the things that you need to do. Yeah, it's like business, right? Like, you mean business at this point. You're kind of in this, like, when it comes to your day-to-day reality of things, you are like business, you are boss, you are pushing forward, you are, some of you are doing this because you want to hide your level of involvement or lack of, in a certain situation. So if you weren't taking the appropriate steps and actions, right, you're realizing karma wasn't on your side because you weren't doing what you needed to do. And now all of a sudden you're grabbing your balls and you're walking around with them, swinging them around in people's faces because of the way that you've been conducting yourself in the past. It's like, okay, well, you know what? I need to boss up. I realized I fucked up here. I realized that one lied to me. I realized I was manipulated here. I can't change what I did, but I can boss the fuck up and act like the man or the woman I'm supposed to have been this entire time. Good for you. Philanthropy. And some of you, some of you have been doing what you needed to do the entire time, but you were masking it from the other people involved. Like, in other words, like when you play Secret Santa, like when it first came out and people actually kept their identities a secret and they just got to sit there and look at the benefits or the positive results. Some of you negative results, some of you a healthy mixture, some of you it was a beautiful thing, but the other individuals that you incorporated were the negative or the toxicity part. So although your intentions were beautiful and abundant and pure, they had like a negative or an undesirable outcome because other individuals' involvements, opinions, or statements that you didn't investigate enough of, right? Like you're realizing a lot of different things is what I'm getting, and you're really stepping up as a leader and justly, I'm hearing justified. Your actions are justified. You're taking steps justly. You're actually, you learned from your fucking shit and you're taking those lessons. But you've kept your actions or your involvement hidden. And in some ways that's beneficial. And in some ways it's not, because what you were hiding has now been revealed. And some people are grateful. Some people have mixed emotions because while you meant well, the consequences would have been much different if you were not deceitful, right? What you have to remember is, although you meant well, your actions were fucking deceitful. Taurus. Oh, Taurus, you're seeking oneness, right? With not just yourself, but with everything. Let's say you make yourself a meal and you sit down to eat your meal. You're actually blocking out responsibilities, obligations, and physical realm, and you're in that moment, right? You are tasting the food in your mouth. You're feeling the water or the juices come out of the food as you're chewing it in your mouth. You're feeling the texture in between the teeth, right? You're actually tuning in to the present moment instead of being distracted with everything else going on around you. It's kind of like today I left the house. You know what? I'm not even going there. We're going to keep going. Good for you, Taurus. There's also investments, gambling, and other games. So you created a lot of fuckery in your life and you might feel slightly imprisoned by it, which is forcing you to kind of take things back a notch, slow down, be in the now, analyze things. And even if you're not doing it right this second, you might be reflecting on past actions so precisely, right? Meaning you are, not just, oh, I love this, I was doing that. Nope, staying focused. So meaning you'll grab a cup of coffee and you'll actually feel that cup in your hand. You'll feel the amount of heat coming off that cup. You'll feel the steam. You'll smell the steam. You'll feel the moisture that is inside the steam. And when you're taking that sip of coffee, you're tasting not just the coffee grounds or the coffee beans. You can actually taste the quality, right? If it's stale, if it's fresh, if it's bold, if it's light, you can taste the creamer. If you added creamer, you can taste the sugar. It's almost like selective hearing, but you're doing this with all of your senses. And if you don't know that you're doing it, you're about to realize that you have been doing it, or you're stepping into the energy of doing it. You've been creating a lot of things, right? You've been taking gambles, you've been gambling, you've been taking risks, especially when it comes to your emotions or the emotions of other people. You'll know where that fits. Yeah, Aquarius. Ooh, Aquarius, about fucking time. Stepping up, taking responsibility, feeling successful, because regardless of what you're taking responsibility for, it is fulfilling to you. You are becoming a person of power and status, right? Your partners are cooperating and giving you that balance between the physical, the spiritual, the personal, the external parts of your life. You are... Wow, you are realizing your dreams. You're seeing results from being honest and being strong, standing in your power, making sure you're satisfying yourself, your soul. You're careful with the things that you're asking for. You're showing gratitude in your own way. Even if you're not giving the persons involved gratitude, you're still sending gratitude. You're showing appreciation in the lessons that made you strong. And you're reflecting a lot of different things. You're also making a decision if you want to stay. You are reflecting on situations, trying to see through those situations. Somebody in your energy is very sorry. It's to be clear that it is okay for you to forgive them. They're genuinely sorry for their actions, wearing a mask, being untruthful. Yeah, and this is in result. They got their fucking karma. Where are we? How about Virgo? Virgo. Damn, Virgo, you're in your feelings, right? Attitudes from the past about energies revolving. Ooh, Cancerian energies in here. So you're in your feelings, Virgo. You're in this do or die kind of energy. You're in this get to the fucking point, get to the heart of the matter. Don't pussyfoot around shit. Don't lie. Don't sugarcoat. Don't tiptoe. Sit your fucking ass down. Look me in the face. Say what needs to be said. Don't leave a goddamn thing out. Don't try to make yourself look innocent. Like, be straightforward. And if you're not expecting that of others, you're giving it to others. You'll know where that applies. Yeah, because you know what you want, Virgo. You know what you want, and you know how to get what you need, right? You know what's beneficial, what's not beneficial, and you know what. That's enough for Virgo. Okay, Leo. Ooh, Leo, you are being influenced by Jupiter right now as well, but in a different kind of way, right? You are being granted some blessings for some, man, you have good karma. You'll know who this applies to, Leo. Some of you have really good karma because your actions are in alignment with your desires and with who you are. You're not walking around wearing a mask. There is no facade here. And you'll know this is for you when you realize how creative you've been and you see that you've been very victorious in the partners you're choosing, whether business, friends, lovers, whatever. Everything's kind of like panning out for you because you took the initiative to just jump right in and trust what was to come. A lot of generosity came from you as well, or you are receiving it. There's a lot of wisdom flushing through too. So make sure there's a lot of generosity coming around. So make sure whatever you're getting, you are equally giving. Who else? Scorpio. Hey, either you are or you were or it's coming, but somehow, some way, you are a part of something that is very overwhelming. Very overwhelming. Doesn't feel good. Somebody owes some people some apologies, or they're owing you some apologies, right? You're not, okay, Scorpio. You'll know which one you are. It's almost like people are realizing you are a very old soul, okay? Or you're realizing somebody you were dealing with is a very old soul or is connected to spirit in a very significant way. Wow. And you're starting to understand them differently. You're starting to understand that there was a lack of communication. There was a lack of, I get it. So one person was on track A, one person was on track B. Track A and track B are, one was above the other, but not really above, just different dimensions, right? It's like that projector energy again, where the first sheet
has a design on it, and then you slap the other one down and it has another design on it. But when you look at the wall, it's one whole. So Scorpio, or the person dealing with Scorpio, you were looking at something as if it was equal playing field, not realizing you guys were on different pages. Okay. So now this is what I have by zodiac sign. And the rest of this is going to just be straight channeling, okay? Straight channeling. Okay, so channeled messages. Remember, I just called out the collective energy or the energy as it applied uniquely to each sign. So you know what your role is in this channeling. You know when I'm talking to you and when I'm not talking to you. So don't force things. And if you see that the overall energy of what I'm speaking on might not be directly towards you, it could be outwardly towards other individuals. It is now 10:32. I'm on a 5G network and I've got 32% battery life. So it's 10, 5, 5, 5, which is straight freaking fives. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fives on my phone, 44 seconds in. Okay, divine timing's in place right now. Somebody's glowing like a star. Listen, all the tears you cried cleansed your soul. You better know that shit. Pay attention because you are looking at people. Oof. Time's running out. Time's running out for someone. Somebody's making the truth known in legal proceedings, or somebody's making a determination in the legal proceedings. Somebody is dealing with judicial stuff, and you're getting bliss from. Nope. Yeah, you're getting bliss from it. You're getting wow. You know, when bad stuff happens, you got to always look for the blessings, right? And when you feel like something is toxic or negative in your life, you need to trust that niggling feeling, right? You need to trust that gut intuition, because what that conflict is, inner conflict, is your intuition ringing your internal alarm, telling you to use caution, right? Proceed slowly. You know, it's not important to understand other people's motives. It's not important for you to understand why people do things or allow things to unfold the way that they do in their life. It's your responsibility to understand and figure out what's going on in yours, right? Don't worry so much about other people's emotions. Don't worry about other people's opinions. That's the number one problem. Everybody is always in conflict because they're always trying to be in alignment with other people's expectations because they don't want to be rejected. The hell with that shit, man. A lot of people are coming towards love all of a sudden, right? Usually summertime comes and people want to break up with people so they can act like, you know, whatever, in the warmer months, right? Because cuffing season's over. So they want to get out and see what else is out there. That's coming to an end. That trend is falling off completely and coming to an end. A lot of people are getting this energy of their soul is being on fire, meaning that they are the light. And others are starting to see them as the light, right? People who didn't even expect it are realizing they're the light. And this would apply to you if you understand that you've been doing a lot of self-reflection, giving a lot of things to God, jumping right in, trusting the universe, having things as above, so as below, being divinely guided, trusting your intuition more, growing, finding balance. Some of you are dealing with alignments. Chakra alignment works. Align your chakras, especially the crown chakra with the throat chakra. You want to focus on keeping everything from the crown chakra to the throat chakra in alignment. Speaking your truth, realizing that everything in your head is not how you truly feel, right? Your head is like a dream catcher or a spider web that catches external things and it holds it there until the person who is responsible, meaning you, goes through, filters it, cleans it up, and organizes it. this is that moment where you're realizing that you need to trust your intuition. You need to listen to your gut. You need to stop going against how you're feeling and start communicating what you're feeling in your intuition and how you're feeling deep down in your core. And you're not speaking from your mind. You're not speaking from the external influences that are projected your way. Less worrying. Less worrying is going on, and a lot more less worrying is going on, a lot more focusing is going on, staying in alignment. You are noticing who is not your friend in your circle. Yeah. And you know what? You're also seeing some people be more grateful towards you, in a sense where yeah, buddy. You've been standing in your power. You've been really trusting yourself. You're radiating. You're focused on your energy. You're rejecting the things that are negative in your life. You're staying away from toxicity and triggers, right? Like if you have high anxiety and being around a lot of people impacts you, you're finding other ways to still be successful in your life without allowing those physical obstructions and external influences to weigh you down and block you from prevailing in life. It's like, okay, I can't work a regular job because I'm always getting fucked with by one basic bitch who doesn't know how to level the fuck up in their own lives. This doesn't work for me. What else can I get done? What else can I do? How else can I grow? How else can I be successful? Okay, moved on to another job. I'm in the same situation. I've got another petty little bitch who never grew the fuck up and is fucking with my energy. What do I do? Well, it's time to walk the fuck away because you already know, ooh, this is toxic. I'm sorry, I'm swearing, but I'm in the energy. You're walking away because you already know that person's not going to grow. That person's not going to change. That person's not ever going to stop, no matter what they say. Been there, done that, wasted the time. It doesn't matter that it's a different person. It doesn't matter that it's a different career or choice or industry. The energy is the exact same. And you've been through that energy way too many times for you to sit there and play yourself and entertain that fuckery. So what are you going to do? You're going to look for other opportunities. You know, maybe you open your own business and you provide services remotely. Maybe you open your own business where you are not a part of a company, but, you know, a couple of times a week or a couple of times a month, you're traveling in between different companies and different organizations and you are presenting yourself and providing a service, right? Or maybe you completely shift gears and you go into a completely different career where you're your own boss, you're independent, and nobody can tell you if you want this paycheck. You have no choice but to be friends with this person and interact with that person and tolerate this type of behavior and these type of energies. Ooh, somebody's on fucking fire. Somebody is seriously rejecting the fuckery. They don't care. They're not justifying it. They feel protected. They are protected. They're actually really much so shielded from toxicity. And they already know what they want. They already know who they are and they already know who their fucking boss is. And newsflash, it's not you. So there's been a lot of growth. There's been a lot of balancing going on in between energies. There's a lot of cutting through that spider. I remember I said your mind, your physical brain, right? Where all your thoughts live. Think of that as a spam filter or a dream catcher or a spider web or something to that effect. Okay. And what you want to do with that is you want to write down everything that's going on in your mind and then click delete, 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 delete in your meditation or your 30 minutes of spiritual solitude. You just want to hear it, see it, click delete and remove it and keep going because that is not internal. That is all external. That is the physical realm. Internal is your gut, your intuition, right? It's in your core. Think about it. We don't sit on the hood of the car when we're driving. We're not driving like that. We sit in the body of the car. We're inside the car. So your intuition is inside of you, not on top of you, not up there. Okay. So don't take actions and react based on what's going on in your head. Always do it from your gut. And a lot of you have determined or are using the appropriate discernment in this, and you're actually functioning in that type of manner. Whoa, where are we? A lot of patience is being asked. Somebody needs more patience. Hey, listen, stop justifying yourself to people too. Somebody here in this energy, right? Because I'm doing all signs, all placements, all planetary influences are involved. All karmic lessons are here. This is real energy, not my personal life. Let me just remind you. Stop feeling guilty about some shit. Give some patience and stop justifying how you feel to other people, right? Some of you have been seeing people or circumstances play out in your dreams over and over and over again. And that's because you are still working through finding that balancing between the two dynamics, or the balancing between being masculine and feminine energy. It's that balancing between making that decision that is triggering you all day, every day, all day long. What you have to stop and realize is that you are successful. There is success around you. And you've got some protection going on too from energies that want to delay, energies that used to see you as strange, right? Some people are actually looking at you as somebody of authority, somebody with wisdom, somebody creative, somebody who is worthy of commitment, and not necessarily just in love. It could just be partnerships in general. It's almost like you are that cosmic pearl, especially if you've been seeing a lot of sevens in your life and you've been working on that self-reflection, being patient with yourself, trusting divine timing, right? Not rushing through things, or even if you are rushing through things, you're going back and looking for opportunities to revamp, revise, change, and grow. Some of you are, again, focused on seeing through things, seeing the overall picture instead of the from point A to point B. A lot of you are gaining cosmic consciousness. A lot of you are gaining the ability to function in multiple dimensions at one time, right? Being multifaceted. Some of you are just now learning how to show love and appreciation and gratitude. Some of you are just now learning how to show patience. Some of you are learning what needs to be learned so you can be forgiven or give forgiveness, right? Some of you are finding bliss in the craziest areas of your life, going through karmic cycles, coming out of dark night of the soul, went through Phoenix rising, finally in that transformative new energy, new beginnings, new abundance, feeling ready for this, not feeling overwhelmed anymore, realizing that you're protected, feeling fiery, feeling gifted, feeling spiritually in tune, feeling that empress flow, that creative and birthing all things necessary energy. Some of you are stepping into a relationship or kind of blending families of some kind. Maybe you got best friends and they become your new family, and you're really invested in that, and you're showing appreciation because you know what it is not to have it. Some of you need to know that you're those who are in your energy and very envious of your abundance that they knew was to come even before you knew. They're going through it right now. They're kind of going through financial constraints. It's almost like the things they prayed for you, they are now experiencing. Some of them are even going to come towards you. So like, okay, some of you, if you own property or you're about to buy property, or maybe you get a job running properties. I don't know. There's so many things involved, but some of you are going to be in this situation and people are going to come towards you and expect you to give them forgiveness and be like, oh, I see you have an apartment for rent, or so-and-so who has apartment for rent, and I know it's theirs and I know it's for rent. I could really use it. And you're kind of looking at them like, I haven't talked to you in how long? Last time I talked to you, you owned your own home, or you were in this beautiful dynamic, or you were living in your parents' home. And it's not that you care why they're coming to you or what they went through that put them in a dynamic to make them come towards you. You're kind of just using the appropriate discernment, right? You're shielding yourself from them. You're not allowing yourself to become emotionally involved in their dynamic. It's almost like, yeah, I know you. Yeah, we have these ties. Yeah. But just because you know me and you need an opportunity that I could have access to or be able to present fairly to you in a reasonable manner doesn't mean you're going to get it through me, or doesn't mean that you should even be approaching, right? It's almost like some of you are, need to use appropriate discernment with whom you're asking for assistance from, or, shielding yourself from those dynamics. So even if people are presenting things to you and they're trying to sugarcoat it or make it seem very beneficial and favorable, or, you know me for so long, I would never do you dirty, or, oh my God, we had such a falling out and I missed you so much and I love you so much and I'm so grateful for you and blah, blah, blah. And, I really need this opportunity and I know we haven't, been on the best, but you can know that I've learned lessons and I just want to, you really are being protected from all of those dynamics, all of those energies. So that way you're not getting sucked into the fuckery. It's like, you're in the dynamic, but you're protected from the dynamic in a sense where you're like using appropriate discernment. Like, yeah, you talk a good game. It looks really great. But at the end of the day, I do know you and I do know how you switch up and I do know how you take things personal and I do know how this happens and that happens and this happens. And this isn't based on other people's statements and other people's opinions and all this otherness, and then in the same breath, you're also doing that justice scales energy, right? You're pulling out those scales and you're really weighing things out and finding the balance, and you're trusting in the divine. You're trusting yourself, right? You're rejecting the things that need to be rejected, no matter how they're coming across, whether it's intellectually, spiritually, psychically, emotionally. You are literally protecting yourself from being manipulated, and you are not tolerating it. Some of you, specifically somebody who embodies, I'm seeing Leo energy. I said not to call out signs. Why am I calling out signs? I'm going to drop the sign energy. I see somebody focused on building a relationship with someone who is at the beginning of something, someone who's in this, I'm taking off. This isn't new for me. I've been clawing my way through the fucking mud for this. I've been, oh, Jesus, man. Somebody who, has their back to their past and everything that they've had to overcome in their past is still focusing on another individual or another person in a romantic manner. And they're trusting their intuition with this person because this person has overcome a lot of energetic and mental obstacles as far as what they viewed as a happy family life and their shallowness. Maybe, they've stepped out on a relationship to go be with somebody else and they're rushing back in. There's still a lot of emotional fulfillment, right? They're kind of cutting or releasing themselves from their normal way of their normal expectations of what it means to be in a happy family life, right? So person A always wanted their dream girl looked like a certain kind of way that really isn't fucking realistic. But in their mind, it was realistic and that's what they were going to take. And, they didn't care about, the fuckery that came with that type of a person, right? They went for a specific physical. They allowed the physical to be dominant over their other needs. And now they've cut all that fuckery out. They cut all that crap out and they're focused on one specific person who's overcome so much. They're not in the beginning phase of their career anymore. They're actually in their prime. They're actually like, wow, a lot of money coming through for some people. They're going to be very successful. And they're only going to be successful because of all of the times they were freaking rejected. They're going to be successful because of all of the things they overcome. When people were attacking them, they went within, they focused on themselves, they healed, they growed, they stayed focused on love and pushing love and giving things to God and reflecting on themselves and, reflecting on their secrets and giving their secrets to the universe and bearing their truths and being transparent and staying the course and trusting the cosmos and falling in alignment with everything that they needed to do, right? That's why they're fucking successful. That's why whatever it is that they've got going on, it's going to blow up. And I mean, I see a lot of abundance. a lot of abundance in love life, abundance in all areas. They're a multifaceted person. There's so many layers to this person. They're like me, multidimensional. They see all things from all realms. They're standing in their power. They're letting their energy shine. They don't even care. They're going to demand their justice. They see straight from, like, I love this energy. Wow. They see all the way through. They're seeing past what's immediately in front of them, right? There's a lot of energies in play here too. What is this? Yeah. So when people wanted you to do a little bit at a time, you were kind of like, nah, fuck this. I know what I need to do. You can keep doing a little bit at a time, right? Oh, I get it. It's almost like going into a place of employment, and working and getting multiple things done, meeting all kinds of deadlines. And people are like, slow down. Let's go out to lunch and come back an hour late. It's okay. And meanwhile, you're looking at them like, nigga, I got deadlines. I got shit to do. I don't got time for this. And you're doing laps around them. So they're looking for ways to kind of get into your circle and slow you down a little bit and get you to kind of blend in more. So that way they don't look like, well, why is this one getting so much work done and you're only getting this much work done and you've been here X amount of time and they've been here this amount of time. Something's not right. It's almost like, wow, you worked here for 2 years in this same exact role and you weren't getting XYZ 1, 2, 3 done. You were only capable of getting ABC 1, 2, 3 done. What the fuck? And then you kind of, that person kind of starts watching the other person. And it starts off as curiosity, like, yeah, how come they are doing that? Why are they doing that? Maybe I should be around that person more so I can understand how I can learn and change and be, yeah, I love that, because they're not trying to attack you. They're actually just trying to grow. They're trying to improve. They want to level up. They want to boss up. They want to get on those same vibes. They want to step into that power, right? They want to be inside your pillar of light because your vibration is so high that it radiates and gives them that energy. And I totally get it, right? Just make sure you're working with black tourmaline, hematite, selenite, citrine, amethyst. Those are the dominant signs, energies that you want to keep around you if you understand this, because when people are in your light, you're also doing more work, right? Like, what people don't realize about energies who understand what I'm talking about, even if it's intentional, when people are working with you and they're conscious that their energy is changing when they're around you, you need to be conscious of is you are naturally, the same way your heart beats without you telling it to, your energy is transmuting their energy. It's cleaning their energy. It's purifying their energy. It's raising their vibration, which allows them to be more productive in their life, which is why you're so magnifying, right? That's why magnifying, magnetizing, like drawn. I'm feeling like drawn, like pulled, like a magnet, right? Like you're being pulled, like, people are magnetically pulled towards you. They always want to be around you. And after a while, they kind of get addicted to your vibration and your energy, and they intentionally want to be around you. And then it becomes troublesome because they are consciously aware that they're only being around you so they can kind of get that transformative energy, that high vibe feeling. It's almost like a drug addiction kind of sense. And it becomes low vibrational for you. It becomes toxic for you because it's draining you while your heart beats without you telling it to. It's using your energy to get that shit done. So while they're in your space, your energy is automatically transmuting their low vibrational tendencies and ways and allowing them to elevate a bit. And that's still going to use up your energy, right? So black tourmaline, hematite, selenite, amethyst, citrine are really amazing stones to keep around you if you understand that energy. That way you just don't get depleted. And don't forget, 30 minutes when you first wake up, just sit there in some spiritual solitude, protect yourself, ground yourself, heal yourself, put in all that energy into yourself. First thing in the morning, first thing at night, never go to bed without taking a shower, because you have to cleanse, clear, and release external influences that you accumulated throughout the course of your day before you lay down and allow all that energy to really get absorbed by you. I'm also picking up on some energy where you are going through this separating yourself from distractions. It's almost like the things that used to distract you, those shiny things that used to distract you in the past, no longer entertain you. They no longer grab your attention because you are focused on keeping certain other things in your life. I love that. So a good example, let's say you are a fuck boy or a promiscuous girl. You are finally doing what you need to do to no longer be promiscuous, right? If you have a bunch of side pieces, you're cutting them all out and you're staying focused on one person because you know that those side pieces don't even fucking come close to your main person, and you don't want that person to leave. You want them to stay. Same thing goes with work. If you've got like three part-time gigs, right? Or 3 gigs or 2 part-time jobs and 1 gig, you're seeing what is more fulfilling to you and what, maybe the gig is more important to you than the 2 part-time jobs. And if you let go of the 2 part-time jobs, you can take more on through your gig, and it might be less stable short-term or overall, but it's more fulfilling and it allows you that freedom to do the other things that you need to do. And you can increase your prices so that way that gig is actually more beneficial to you in the long term by providing you more financial stability than what those 2 part-time jobs could have ever done for you. And you're more fulfilled and you're not feeling like you're cutting yourself off at both ends of the stick. Again, it's this do or die energy coming through, right? It's like a power struggle going on over here too. So you got to be careful if you're dealing, I'm not calling out any signs. So you know what you want and you know what you need to do to get what you need. So you really need to weigh things out, right? Get to the heart of the matter. No stepping around things, no deceitful energy, no sugarcoating it. You like straight to the point. Again, you can see straight through it. You can see straight to the point. Everything's in divine timing. Again, with this energy of not justifying yourself anymore, right? Understanding what's going on in your own life and also understanding what's going on in other people's lives, and without trying to justify anything or trying to feel the need to figure everything out all the time. So it's almost like somebody's really busy in somebody else's life and you're kind of going through this energy of, let me reject this, let me stop this, let me not do this anymore, let me just have straightforward, clear communication instead of working through their problems in my mind. Let me just talk to them and be that person that they can actually communicate with, right? Finding balance between the injustices. A lot of growth is going on too. A lot of people are walking away from the things that were not balanced. Yeah, you're walking away from a lack of balance and you're going towards growth and finding that balance. There is also somebody's really focused on bringing in pleasure and joy and happiness and removing out the negative energy. Again, finding the balance, letting go of toxicity, letting go of shallow and selfish tendencies. Really facing their toxic ways, their temptations, overcoming it, because they really do want forgiveness and they really do want to be in alignment with someone or something that they know that these temptations or these obstructions are keeping them from there. A lot of people have been fighting mental demons. There's been what the fudge? Somebody who hasn't been sleeping well at night, or when you wake up, you just feel off balance or like things are out of whack. Wow. Get out of your head, just get out of your head. Just stop allowing what's going on in your mind to keep you in conflict. And it's like mental. It's all mental. It's all it's not even tangible. It's just mental. It's mental fuckery. And you've got you've got this energy behind you, or your higher self is watching. Either that or you're doing the self-reflecting and you're realizing that everything, all of these obstructions and blockages are external influences. Some of you've got actual real witchcraft on you. Regardless, it's called the dark arts, regardless if it's witchcraft or voodoo or all hexes or whatever terminology, or pantheon or whatever religion or whatever you're dealing with. I put all of that in one category, and it's called the dark arts. Some of you actually have the dark arts in your physical life playing a role on your mindset and the way that your energy is able to move around it. It's almost like you feel entrapped in dynamics. What you need to do is do that 30 minutes a day with your eyes closed. regardless if there's noise or not. And the best way to do it is leave something on and focus on how to do selective hearing. First focus on only the background noise, and then find other noises within that noise to focus on. And before you know it, you're really in that position of where you need to be to work the same way with the issues in your life, right? That's how you get there. Once you get there, you're going to realize that your higher self is one with self and has the ability to kind of remove those obstacles from you. Some of you are walking away from a relationship and rushing towards a family. Yeah, somebody's got one foot in the dark arts and walking around like they don't. And that's been exposed with the last full moon. It got exposed, or the next full moon, it will be exposed. And everything that was in the darkness is now being shown in the light. There's a balance here. And this person is walking away from someone who kept one foot into the darkness, and they're rushing towards a more fulfilling, loving dynamic. And it's not just financially, it's emotionally, and it's physically too. So they could be, let's say, give me the most dominant circumstance. Okay, circumstance one. This person kind of pussyfooted around a relationship because this person that they were going to enter a relationship with. Okay, yeah, let's say that person A was interested in person B, but person B had kids and person A had other options. So they went with the other options because it was easier. And then what they realized down the road is that easier came with a lot of darkness, not necessarily craft or the dark arts, but actual darkness, like obstacles and fuckery and emotional imbalance and financial hardships and deceit or adultery. You know, it just wasn't a healthy dynamic. They're now realizing that person somehow, some way kept themselves in the dark, meaning they could have been doing craft or the dark arts of any kind, or they could have been doing that to keep that person with them. Meanwhile, that person has always wanted to run back to the person B that had probably more on their plate than person A wanted to deal with. So somebody's getting their ass left behind because their higher self is showing them that the darkness around them is not as strong as it used to be, or as it once was perceived. There's a lot of, again, standing in your power and satisfying your soul. Collective energy from the cosmos is standing in your power and satisfying your soul. So everybody pretty much is going through a lot of karmic cycles just so they can find that balance and obtain that satisfaction. They're trusting their intuition. They're moving forward with their plans. Some of them are completely scrapping their manifestations and starting fresh because they don't want to deal with the fuckery anymore. And they're breaking free from those entanglements. They're breaking free from those obligations. And they're forcing in that balance and that growth and walking away from anything that is an obstruction or an imbalance to it. Man, you have one boss in this life, and that is the higher power. Whatever higher power you consider that to be. When I am in deep prayer or deep meditation, or in a state of being where I am talking to very potent energy, I don't ever project any energy specific to anyone, right? When I go into my moments of spiritual solitude, kind of like a turtle in its shell kind of moment, when I go within, I say the highest of all high. The power, the highest power of all powers, right? The original, the one, the being, the first being that created all other beings, or the energy that created all beings that created additional beings, right? I always go straight to the freaking top. I don't want to deal with anybody in between. And it's not because I don't respect them or I don't honor them or I don't cherish them. It is because I am one with myself. I am one within myself. I am one with the universe. I am one with the cosmos. I am one with the ultimate highest of all high powers. And that's who I want to talk to. That's who I want to work with. That's who I allow into my space. That's that divinely created, divinely guided, divinely protected. Because I know that if I give that highest of all high the ultimate attention and respect and dedication, I understand that they're going to send all in between to my aid at all times. Right? I understand what it means to be one with my ancestors. I'm not just one with my physical ancestors. I am one with my energetic and spiritual ancestors, meaning the first one, the one who created all other underneath it, right? The one that was that flame, that spark that created everything else that's in existence. That is who I direct all of my problems to. That is who I send my prayers to. When I ask for energetic upgrades, when I ask for manifestations, I don't talk to the in-betweens. I go straight up to the freaking top. And no, I don't know who that being is. I don't know where that being came from. I don't need to know, because every time I ask, I am told I am one, right? I created everything else. There is no other than me. So what more do I need to receive from that energy other than the guidance, the love, the protection, the support, the clarity, and the continued love from that highest of all high beings? You know, when I say I don't project faces on anybody, you know, like I'm ready for love. I'm ready for this type of relationship. I'm ready for this level of a connection. I'm ready for this type of career that brings in this type of this. I'm not projecting any companies. I'm not projecting any businesses. I'm not projecting that upon any industries or any one specific person. I'm leaving those faces and those company names blank, because I understand that if that company or that person is not worthy of what I am bringing into my life, the divine is going to put somebody else in that position. And I'm not trying to limit myself, because as a multi-dimensional being, you know, there are no limits. There are no boundaries, you know, period. And that doesn't mean you go and you become promiscuous and you have like 50 million partners. You trust the divine to bring the appropriate person in. Even if it's not the one that your heart is set on, you're accepting what is meant to be, what is in balance, what is in alignment, and you're not forcing physical attachments, right? You're rejecting the negativity. You're rejecting all of that. You're actually giving it to God. And when I say God, I mean all gods, all goddesses, because they have more knowledge and more access to more things than what you do. You know, every shift, planet shift, the stars when they shift. I don't care what anybody says, those motherfuckers move. Whenever there's anything going on in the cosmos, it does affect us. Some people, it affects you deeper, right? Like if you're a high vibe person, every fucking movement in the universe impacts you to some degree, and it happens continuously every second of the day. You're not for everybody, so don't try to force yourself to fit in. It's just never going to work. And the faster you can accept that, the better it's going to be for you. Trust that intuition, trust that niggling feeling, you know, pay attention. How does your menstrual, if you're a woman, how is your menstrual in alignment with the planet, with the moon? You know, is it first quarter you always get your period? Is it last quarter? Is it full moon? Is it new moon? How do you fit in that? And if you are all over the place straight across the board, where do you need alignments? Like, what is out of track? What is out of alignment? You should be in alignment with this. You should be in alignment with that kind of flow. Pay attention to the way that Venus and Jupiter and Mercury are affecting you. Every single planet out there, regardless if we gave it a name, regardless if it's in our immediate system, it impacts us. There is mass, I'm going to call them sound waves, or I'm just going to what can I call them? Because they're really, I keep asking, what is the real word for this? What is the physical word for this energy? And there's nothing there's no word for this. We don't even have a word for this, because we are not focusing on the right things in this fucking world. I'm sorry, we're not. We're not. Again, people are just now starting to release themselves from the physical and get focused on other things. So we have this energy that is universal. It is incredible. And it holds memory. And this memory goes throughout the entire universe, but it always comes back around, because what you have to understand is everything is always in motion and it always comes back around. And if it doesn't come back around in this lifetime, it's going to grab you by that ass in the next lifetime. And if it doesn't get to you in this lifetime, it's going to get your freaking, those generations that are to come, karmic cycles. And I can't just call it karma, because we've narrowed karma down quite a bit. So it's more than that, okay? And what you all have to realize and understand is you are influenced by this energy every second of your life, every second of your existence. And the more that you receive it, the more that you allow yourself to embrace it, the freer you feel, the lighter you feel, the easier life becomes for you, because you're in balance, not just with the physical world, but with the energetic world too. And it's not just energy, right? There's so much more to it. I'm not turning this into a fucking lesson. Cosmic consciousness is amazing. Get on board with cosmic consciousness. Everybody's so focused on, I need a Birkin bag. I need fucking Versace sunglasses. I need a fucking, a Mercedes truck. I need a big ass house with a big ass yard. And I need this and I need that. Meanwhile, it's like, okay, but how's your fucking karma? How's your emotions? Are you balanced emotionally? How's your mindset? Like where are you at mentally, other than just focused on hustling and stacking pentacles and looking like you're fucking drip, drip, drip? You know, like where are you at cosmically? How fine-tuned are you with the cosmos? Because, you know, if there's anything that has been bestilled within me, there's no such thing as death. Okay. You know, our hair is like dead skin cells. And yet we cut it, we color it, and we walk around like, oh my God, my hair's dead. I have to get a trim. Bitch, your hair is dead skin. It's already dead. Your hair is dead. Why are you talking about like, oh my God, my hair's dead ends and I've got that? No. It's already dead. It was dead before it started coming out of your scalp. Let's be real. It's dead skin. That's what that is. Your hair is dead as it grows from you. When I hear people say, oh, I cut my hair mad short because all of my ends are like 5 inches of dead hair. It's like, what are you fucking talking about? That shit was dead already. You make no sense to me. We don't die. We transform. Okay? We never die. We just keep transforming. Do you understand that? We don't die. We transform. Caterpillars, put 5 of them in a controlled environment. 1 of them turns into the butterfly before the other 4. 3 of those 4 cannot accept or believe or open their mind to understand that that beautiful angelic butterfly was once their friend. But that 4th does. And that 4th communicates and has this beautiful, loving energy to them because they're not bound or limited or restricted or burdened with negativity, because they understand energy is a continuance cycle of life, and it never stops. We just transform. You know, the afterlife. No, you don't just close your eyes, go to sleep, and that's it. It's done. And I respect all religions. I respect all people's position. But that's not what this is about. That butterfly is still in that controlled environment during the same life cycle as its peers or as those caterpillars. It's just in a different form. Okay? When we die, what we claim is death, we don't die. We just shed skin. We shed layers like a snake, right? We release ourselves from that physical body and we allow ourselves to be limitless. We allow ourselves to be free from the burdens and the boundaries and the limitations that are imposed on us by being attached to the physical. I keep getting downloads about the Sphinx, right? Because I called the bottom half of the body Horus and the top half of the body Ra. And I do know what Horus is, but what you have to understand is these gods did not just come here once or twice. I don't give a shit what people say. Oh, this one looked like this and that one looked like this, and we know this because of this. Do you know how many times that same soul was reincarnated? Then don't tell me I'm fucking wrong. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, okay? I'm not the crazy one here. Trust me on that. And the more they come to me about this, the mysteries of the Sphinx and all this stuff, it's like, man, you got the 12 zodiac signs that overlap with the 12 houses, that overlap with the 24 runes, that overlap with the freaking placements of the planetary alignments and shifts. And then you got solstice energy and you got equinox energy. And what this freaking is a gigantic way of predicting karmic cycles as they were unfolding, because ancient Egyptians understood the power that karmic energy has in our lives, in our future. We understood that when we go before and we ask, what do I need to work on? Or what is most dominant right now? They would go there and they would pray and they would ask for guidance. And that massive formation would show them, this is what is going on. This is the karmic cycles that the universe is sending to us. And we have this amount of time before this phase comes in and impacts us in this way. And they were so focused on keeping their karma clean, because at the end of the day, when you face your maker and your heart goes before that scale and you're weighing your karmic energy from all lives on the side of the current energy and what's to come, that's what matters. That's what's dominant. And they want to be in alignment with karmic energy. They want to be in alignment with Mayat's principles and in Anubis, because they want to move forward. They want to get through those gates. They want to move on to the next life and be okay with shedding that physical body. How much work do I need to do? Can I skip that incarnation over there and go straight to over here? Am I going to be pardoned? And do I have to reincarnate physically on this motherfucker to learn more fucking karmic lessons? Or do I get to stay as a limitless, boundless being and have all of these amazing, abundant opportunities? And then, what it is over time, people come in, they destroy ancient traditions and ancient ways because, yes, I want you to stay here. Yes, I want world domination. Yes, I want you to work for me and stop focusing on spirituality and being one with ancestors and tapping into truths and becoming limitless and boundless and having abundant opportunities in your being and being restriction free. It became this energy of bounding, right? Earth has gravity for a fucking reason. And it is not just to keep us physically in motion, but energetically as well, right? So these energies come through and here we go with cosmic consciousness, man. I'm so sorry. So back to this reading. Give everything to God. Stand in your power. Soul satisfaction is key right now. Focus on your karmic energy. Be more in alignment with where you want to be and love yourself enough to not force yourself to stay in dynamics that are not self-satisfying, okay? You are here to live your best life, not somebody else's. Oh, you don't like my choices? You don't have to deal with me. Blood ties or not. Blood ties are just soulmates. People that are meant to get you through certain things. They're not necessarily your ball and chain, okay? Keep that in the back of your mind when you're dealing with forcing yourself into love relationships that you don't want to be in because you're trying to please the wrong people. What else? Yeah, that's the overall energy for everybody, regardless of your placement, regardless of what's going on. The cosmos are pushing in the necessary energy to get everyone to stand in their own individual power and be in alignment with satisfying their soul. A lot of creative moments use that creativity with your manifestations. Again, don't hold on to anything physical when you're doing manifestations. You want to allow the universe to bring in the appropriate energy for you, put you in the appropriate dynamics, and you're causing delays and obstructions when you are holding on to physical attachments. So that's it. Enjoy your day.